Hey gang, all right, we're gonna do a color demonstration tonight of yellow objects. In this case, it's gonna be apples, and we're gonna focus on the shadow side of apples. And when you do shadows, when I first started painting and I did shadows, it was all one color. And then I learned that you got a variety of warms and cools in shadows of any object. And one of my favorite ways to get a variety of color in the shadow side of an object, especially a yellow object, is with three colors that work really well. Those three colors are going to be cadmium yellow light, raw umber green shade, and diox purple. The cadmium yellow and the raw umber green shade are going to give us cool shadow colors, and the cad yellow and the purple are going to give us the warm colors. And I'm going to just mix it over here so you can see next to and you should be able to see pretty quickly where this color shows up right in here. I'm going to add a little bit more. And we're making a string, basically what's called a string. And this is something that I learned in the class of my teacher, Daniel Green, who, if you watch my videos, I mention almost every single time because I can't paint anything without hearing his voice in my head. And so that's going to be 2. And I'm not going to go dark, fully dark on this because I don't really have any areas of this painting where I went full on. Well, maybe I should go one more dark. We'll see. Go one more. And I'm just using what I've done by is just adding the yellow and leaving the raw umber on the brush, and that's pretty bright, and so I can come back down and make these a little darker if you need to, just to separate. And I think it could probably use one more. Just one more dark one. The cadmium yellow is more powerful than the raw umber, so it takes more. It takes just a touch of the yellow to make that raw umber brighter. But there's a nice little gradation, and you can see now that probably looks green to you guys. It's definitely green to me. And then if you take the, we're going to go the warm side now. Look at that straight purple, how dark that is. And then we add a little of the yellow to it. And this particular mixture, you're really not going to have a lot of use for that mixture. So I'm not going to leave it because I don't have a lot of use for it. It's not going to show up that purple. So I'm going to start, I'm probably not going to start, yeah, this would be the first mixture that's usable in the painting because the yellow has sort of knocked back the purple a bit. I'm going to go a little bit brighter. And a little bit brighter yet. You can see how much warmer this mixture is in just next to the raw umber green shade is a Winsor & Newton color. It's one of my favorite colors. It's a color that I use all the time. If you don't have a tube of Winsor & Newton green shade, I highly recommend you go buy it, mostly so that they keep making it. I don't know if it's a popular color or not. Some of my favorite things get discontinued. Get a little bit brighter. Here we go. And if you look, I mean, you can see these mixtures all over in these apples. It's extremely effective. And if you wanted to, you could add white. I just pulled a little bit of white just to show you what this mixture looks like down here with a little bit of white in it. I would mix up a bunch of different strings on the other side if I was going to start playing with white. But just to give you, it's a nice, very, very neutral pale color, but it's also extremely effective in painting apples. And that's pretty much what I wanted to show you guys. Cadmium yellow light, raw umber green shade, diox purple, mix them together, paint some apples.